So first things first, let's look at some steps in which how we can solve variable statements. So the first thing is to identify the variable. So you decide what you are solving for and assign a variable. Most times, the most common used variable is x. So you assign a variable to the unknown. So step 2, you translate the statement. So you break down the variable statement and translate it into an algebraic equation by identifying keywords and phrases that represent the operation. So you look at it phrase by phrase and you pull out the keywords and you put in the necessary to support those keywords. So next thing, you set up the equation. So you write down the equation based on the relationship described in the problem. And the next step, you solve that equation. So you know how to solve it. You take out over the equal sign and you leave the unknown on one side and you solve. And the last step, you check the solution. So you substitute back into the equation, your solution, to see if it satisfies the equation. And you can also use the unknown in the statement that you had to see if it makes sense. So with all that, let's head into some additional explanation. So addition will be described using words such as sum, plus, increased by, more than. So for example, a statement will say 5 more than a number. So we don't know what that number is. So 5 more than a number. So we don't know what that number is. So we can say x, and 5 more than x would be plus 5. And the next one, subtraction. So subtraction will be described using words such as minus, decreased by, less than, difference, and so on. Words like that. So this example, 3 less than a number. So 3 less than a number would translate to, once again, we don't know what that number is, so we'll use a variable to represent the unknown. So 3 less than a number would be y subtract 3. Next one, multiplication. So for multiplication, we will see words such as times, product, of, twice. So for the example, it says twice a number. So we don't know what the number is. So twice a number would be 2 multiplied by the unknown. So we can say 2x. So 2 times x, which is the same as 2x. And next one, division. So division, we will see phrases such as divided by, ratio of, per. So for example, a number divided by 4. Now this translates to, and we don't know what the number is, so we can say b divided by 4. And that is how we represent that statement there. So next, we will have the equal sign. So instead of seeing equal to, you will see phrases and words such as is, gives, or results in. So for this example, it says, the sum of a number and 3 is 10. So this is here is telling you that this part is equal to 10. So the sum of a number and 3, so the sum of that number, so we don't know what the number is, so this could be x plus 3 is 10. So this is equal to 10. And that's how you can translate that statement. So now that we have a good understanding of the terminologies that we should look out for, let's head into a few examples. So this example says, the sum of a number and 8 is 15. What is that number? So the sum of a number and 8, so we know what the number is. So this would be x plus 8 is equal to 15. So we can solve here. So to solve for x, to find what is that number, it will be x is equal to, so this 8 is adding, so when you take it over, it will subtract. So you'll have 15 subtract 8. Hence x is equal to 15 subtract 8 would give me 7. So what is the number? The number is 7. So the sum of 7 and 8 is 15. And that makes sense. 8 plus 7 is 15. Let's move on to another example. This one says, 4 times a number increased by 3 is 19. What is that number? So we know it's 4 times a number, so we don't know what the number is. So it's 4 times the number, which is 4 times, let's use y in this case, increased by 3. So this is increased by 3, so plus 3 is 19. What is that number? So we want to know what is y. So to solve for y, we take over the 3. So we see the 3 is adding. So this will be 4y is equal to 19 subtract 3. 4y would be equal to 19 subtract 3 will give me 16. Hence, y would be equal to, so this 4 is multiplying the y. So when we take it over, it will divide. So 16 divided by 4. Hence, y is equal to 4. So 4 times a number, so let's see, 4 times 4 is 16, increased by 3, so 16 plus 3 is 19. So that statement makes sense. So we know we are correct. Let's look at another one. So the difference between a number and 12 is 5. What is that number? So let's see, let's use x to represent the number that we don't know. So the difference between x and 12, so x minus 12 is 5. What is that number? So it's just simply to take over this minus 12. So we'll have x is equal to 5 plus 12. Hence x is equal to 5 plus 12 is 17. So x is equal to 17. Let's look at another one. The sum of 3 times a number and 8 is equal to 29. What is that number? So the sum of 3 times a number, so we know we're adding here, and we're talking about 3 times a number. So it's 3 times x, and the sum of this and 8, so we add the 8, is equal to 29. What is that number? So we have to solve for x, so we take over this plus 8. So this will be 3x is equal to 29 minus 8. So 3x is equal to 29 minus 8. That would give us 21. And with 3, the 3 is multiplying the x. So we take it over, it will divide. So we'll have x is equal to 21 divided by 3. Hence x is equal to 21 divided by 3 is 7. So 21 divided by 3 is 7. So the number is 7. So let's see. The sum of 3 times a number, so 3 times 7, 7 threes is 21. So the sum of 21 and 8 is equal to 29. And that is true. So let's look at this one. Twice the difference between a number and 3 is 14. What is that number? So it's twice the difference between this number and 3. So it's twice the difference. So let's identify the difference between a number and 3. So we don't know what that number is. So let's see, that number is x, subtract 3, and it says twice this. So it means when we finish subtracting this, we multiply this by 2. So we multiply this by 2, we multiply everything by 2 because it's twice the difference. Is equal to 14. What is that number? So this is equal to 14. So we have to solve for x. So what we can do, we can actually distribute this 2. So 2 times x will give you 2x, and 2 times negative 3 will give me negative 6. That is equal to 14. And then we solve from here. So this is 2x. So this 6 is subtracting. When we take it over, it will add. So 2x is equal to 14 plus 6. So 2x is equal to 20. And to solve for x, we see the 2 is multiplying the x. So x will be equal to 20 divided by 2. And the 2 goes over, it will divide. So x is equal to 10. So the number is 10. So let's see if that is true. So twice the difference between a number and 3. So 10 minus 3 is 7. So twice that is equal to 14. So 2 times 7 is equal to indeed 14. So let's look at the last question. When a number m is divided by 2 and then squared, the result is a new number n. Express n in terms of m. So n will be equal to something that is m. The unknown on the other side will be m. So let's go through this step by step. So when a number m, so you have m here, is divided by 2, so it's divided by 2, and then squared. So this entire thing will be squared. The result is a new number, n. So this is equal to n. Express n in terms of m. So this is the answer, but we can take this a bit further. So m over 2 squared will be the same as m over 2 multiplied by m over 2. So this will be equal to m times m is m squared. 2 times 2 is 4. So m squared over 4. So it's m squared over 4 is equal to n. And that is the answer when this is simplified. So with that, this has brought us to the end of this video. Now some key things. We must look out for the key terms in the sentence and in the question. So we identify those key terms, we attach a variable to the unknown, and then we take it step by step, key phrase by key phrase, and we set up the equation. Remember, lastly, to substitute the number back into the statement to see if it makes sense, or you substitute it back into the equation and see if it's balanced. So I'll leave you with these couple questions to try on your own. Until then, I'll see you in the next video.